And hello everyone, this is part 16 of our ComputerCraft series. In the last episode we have tried to unravel the mysteries of the wireless network in a little bit further detail. Not everything went according to plan, and in this episode we are going to fix a lot of those issues, add a bit more functionality in making our script more robust, and hopefully we can add a few more comments here and there to make it a bit more, well, readable, recognizable, rememberable. And while we are doing that, our turtle is mining happily further and further into the cave. Hopefully by the end of this episode it's going to reach the end of his tunnel slice for this trip. And then during the next episode it's going to make one long trip of 110 blocks long, which should be that entire wall. And if that just works, then it pretty much passed all the tests. I did notice that we can add one more piece of functionality into it, which is gravel. It can handle with that. And maybe on a later episode handle with lava as well. But that's something for in the future, not something I'm going to bother with now. So for today we are going to work mainly on the receiving side of the interface. I did try some stuff out with getting a nil value back on purpose, and that seems to work. So that's what we are going to use to detect if everything is present. In the previous episode you have seen that just getting the number of things in here doesn't really work. I'm still not sure why that doesn't work, but it just doesn't. So we're going to check for every single one of them individually if they are present. Now I've noticed that if they aren't present, they're just asking for a random thing, it will return a nil value, and if it is present, then it will spit out something back as type of that variable. That's what we are going to use to detect if it is present. This will be a lot of typing, but I think it's worth it in the end. So version and everything is already detected, otherwise it won't get to this point at all, so we are not going to check for that. Next one will be info. If type of info, it's a funny one, info equals to, what shall it be? Let's say not equal to nil, then go to the next one. And that's kind of what we are going to do for all of them. So we have info, the next one is location. The next one will be device. Then the next one is going to be time, and last will be day. Time and day. And if all of those are nils, that's pretty much what I'm typing, that's a lot of words, then only then it will return a value. You can type it a little bit nicer, I'm aware of that, as in you can do one big if statement with a lot of ands. But I think this looks, maybe it doesn't look nicer, but can make it a bit easier to change something later, if that's what we really want. Let's actually see if this works. If it doesn't, then there's no point in refining it. At least it doesn't break anything. It is nicely returning everything as it should be. So this can go. That means this end can go. And all of those tabs can also go. Roll a little bit, yes. All of that is great. And let's see, info should be a table. So we can refine this a little bit further. If it's equal to table, then do something. Location should be a table. Device should be a table. And time should be a number. Well, I highly doubt that it's currently a number. Let's leave that for as it is right now. See what's going to happen there. And it returned nothing. Okay. Attempt to index. So we are a little bit ambitious on what we are doing here. Since it isn't getting stuff back anymore. Info should be in table. Location should be in table. Device should be in table. Not equal to a number. Should be equal to a number. A little bit of a typootje. Can happen. And it's still working. Okay, that's good. So it is actually getting back as a number. That's really interesting. Does also mean that this conversion is not necessary. So let's see if it now still works. Terminate. Start it all over. And it didn't break, and is nicely returning version 1 to us. Let's see if that still works with day. This is the type, this is just the value day. That should also work. It should be somewhere around 286, I think. 190 already, okay. Time flies when you're having fun. So that's good. That's quite good actually. So we have to find that everything is there. If it isn't there, so if we have missed it for some reason, then we will also see that. If something isn't converted properly, then we shall see that. Or rather, you won't see anything. And those are converted to a number on its own. That's great. That conversion we did earlier is no longer necessary. A lot of ends, like always. But of course, if there's going to be ever going to be a version 2, then this is all going to loop over and over again with different kind of values. That's more for them. Let's see, we will add some comments to places where there isn't something, and from the stuff that we can still remember what it is actually doing. Check parameters. What is this function doing? Let me check real quick. So it will get a table apparently, and if table 1 nil, okay. If table 1 is nil, where does it come from? This must be from the turtle. Check prompt. Oh, it's from the turtle. Yeah, now I see. This is actually from the turtle, and this is just checking all the inputs. Checks all. Whoa, that's not how you write that. Check all the given parameters at the start of the program. Yeah, that's pretty much all that it's doing. It's kind of the question on what it is actually checking. Length of the table, that can be a lot of stuff. I think for now that's just doing what it does. Check inventory. If we are going to use a chest or an ender chest. Okay. Oh, that's due to the capital. Okay, capital E. Check the chest slot if there's. Okay, so this is at the start. At the start of the mining. It's a turtle script. Turtle script. Check if it needs chests and if they are present. I think you can refine that a bit further with the inspect turtle thingy, but we didn't bother doing that. It's technically not needed. If there isn't any kind of item, then you know at least that there is no chest. So I think that gives enough information. Maybe later you can mess it up a bit with different types of items, but it should work. Let's go. This one. Find the modem on any of the signs. Input info needs to be boolean. Yeah, you can actually check for that if that is true. Needs to be boolean and will return side and if it's wireless or not. That's exactly what it does, nothing else. If you want wireless information, it will give you back what you asked for. Is it actually just for a wireless modem or a wired modem? If we insert the room for wireless, so if the modem is wireless and we want wireless, then it's going to return and give it a side. It's never going to be here. If we want wireless and the modem isn't, then this will never happen. Then it will return false. So it won't find a wireless modem. It is a bit tricky, but it works. Get device type. This next one. Returns type of device. Think of normal / advanced and turtle / computer / pocket as well. Okay. Then we have the send version. Protocol to send information over the wireless not work with backwards compatibility. Quite sure I'm typing that wrong, but I don't really care. Backwards, backward, and I think that's alright. Includes checksums if that included, if it's ready to be sent. Same is kind of true for the convert info. Converts input string from wire. Doesn't really need to be wired, wireless. Wireless modem and to a given format includes older versions as well. Checksums to make sure it's ready to turn to script. So that's kind of it for items. So that's okay. Apparently we didn't put any kind of comments to that. Don't know why, but at the time we didn't. Checks if inventory of turtle is full and full with items excluding fuel and that's an interesting question. If all of that, if used chest isn't equal to false, okay. Yeah, excluding fuel. Kind of what it is. Depending on given type of chest, it will work with normal and under chests. Okay. Refuel, that's one we already did. Those aren't really worth doing it. Okay. So that's what I would call progress. We did make it all look a whole lot nicer. Let's see if it still works. I lost my turtle for a moment. Let's see how that is doing. Our turtle has finished. That's awesome. Yeah, it's finished. It did get here precisely the point where it should be. That's great. So I think since we tidied up our code a bit, we struggled a little bit with checking if the stuff was ready to be sent and received and processed, everything along that line. I think we did enough for today. So in the next episode, we are going to revisit our turtle. I think just for one episode to mix it up a little bit. And I'll deal with gravel that is falling down and try to figure something out for lava, or in some mod packs a different kind of liquids. So that's kind of the plan for next episode. For this episode, I hope you have learned something. If you think you can do it a little bit better, or just have suggestions to make it a bit more efficient, please leave them in the comments. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.